With the plumbing fiasco behind us, it was now time to clean up. This still looks like a pretty scary sight, but at this point it was really just dirt. And dirt I can handle. We started by tamping the existing mud so that when we poured new concrete, it would have a flat surface to be poured onto. If you skip this step, your new concrete is more likely to crack due to not having a solid foundation underneath. My dad then placed and leveled the basket for the sump pump, and I poured pea gravel all around it so it would stay in place, but still have areas for the water to sink into the basket. We topped off the dirt with a layer of sand, just to ensure that it's nice and flat, and then it was time to learn a new technique: troweling. I've never done it before, but I have a feeling it's gonna go really well. I'm great with my hands. Most of the time.
I hate this.
In all seriousness, troweling really wasn't too bad. It's all about keeping it at an angle, baby.
Natural.
We got about halfway done with the troweling before we had to address the elephant in the room, the massive pile of concrete. Turns out concrete is really hard to get people to pick up. We finally convinced someone to come by and haul it away for $200, if we loaded it ourselves. And as you can see, the concrete did not want to cooperate with me. It was probably the worst 45 minutes of my life, but then it was over, and we could get back to concrete work. This time it was my turn to teach Jay how to trowel. Installation day had finally come for the carpet in my new studio space, and none too soon. Both the carpet and the padding underneath looked pretty rough. More pink. It's always pink. But it was what was under the padding that took us by surprise. Hardwood in perfect condition. So they pulled up the carpet and found these beautiful hardwood floors under them. They're in like perfect condition. I did waver here on whether or not I wanted to go forward with the installation. Ultimately, I decided that this was going to be a studio space and it needed as much soundproofing as possible. I know it's taboo to cover up hardwood in such good condition, but I did splurge for a waterproof carpet pad, so those floors should stay protected. I measured, then cut the trim I painted earlier to fit this space. It's hard to believe, but this room is almost done, and seeing it this close to the finish line gets me so excited. It's finally a room I can see myself spending time in. Look at that. Is this heaven? I'm pretty sure it's heaven. Pulling up this carpet went so well, it makes me wonder what's hiding under my other flooring. Well, they can't all be winners. I got to the house the next day and was greeted by a giant hole my dad cut. It looked great, but I was a little irritated he used a concrete saw all on his own. For those of you that don't know, a concrete saw looks like this. I didn't need a real-life reenactment of the Dewey Cox story in my house.
Oh my goodness! I halved myself.
I didn't linger on it too long, though. Ultimately, my dad does what he wants. It's something I love about him. And to be honest, I probably would have done the same thing. I do. He's just so gosh darn proud of his work. Since we were already playing with saws, it was time for Dad to teach me how to use his water saw, since I came over today to brick the stanchions. After Dad gave it a go, it was my turn. I found this real Chicago brick veneer from a salvage shop online. And just because it was a salvage shop doesn't mean it came cheap. I'd initially wanted to do the entire wall with this brick veneer and just make it look ancient. But with just the cost of studs being over $1,000, your girl did not have the budget for that. By the time I was ready to brick the second stanchion, I was a pro with this saw. My parents are down in Florida checking on a vacation home they're building this week, but because of the delays with the plumbing, I'm already behind, and so I have to keep going when he's not here. I'd like to think I'm picking up what he taught me relatively quickly. That is the point, after all. There's only 10 days left until move-in, and it seems like there is no way this is gonna get done. Then again, if they would have paid attention to the Excel spreadsheet I sent them of our schedule. Trisha, there is no point in getting upset now. You have a room to clean. Dad gets back from Florida today, and while I've been cleaning down here, Brian's been upstairs installing new wafer lights in the living room.
Brian in the attic?
He is. Hey look, that one's all done.
Brian, are you up there?
Brian, can you hear us?
Give us a sign.
Oh my god, he's dead. Brian probably just didn't want to waste time talking to us since it was 130 degrees in the attic. Anyways, look at this awesome insulation we added today. Brian's fine. Probably.